vous parle, la poupée ventrée, l'enfant perdu des gars, la carnivore qui dort au coin du feu avec les mouches noires, la reine du mardi gras dansant en robe verte couverte de crachats, moi qui vous parle sous un ciel étouffé, moi qui vous parle la bouche cousue, moi qui vous parle dans l'odeur du gaz avec les flippers, les marteaux piqueurs, moi qui vous parle, les bras plus raides que des rails, les cheveux brûlés, la tête pendant, fleurs cassées sur un sabre noir, moi qui vous parle, voix de barbelé avec des cris écrasés, moi qui vous parle, la bouche cousue, moi qui vous parle, dans un dédale de lessive, petit matin fumant, petit matin gelé, odeur d'absinthe, odeur d'urine. Moi la vieille femme appelant sa mère, moi l'enfant hurlant de rage, moi la lionne giflée, moi la lionne rampant, moi comme tout le monde, moi qui vous parle, je suis un peu triste, alors je vais prendre mon médicament.
Yes, Brigitte Fontaine. That shit is legend. For real. So, you know, it's about the vibes, you know? sometimes this is necessary. You definitely gotta go back in the past, especially if you are if you endeavor to sell things and you market. It's a thing in between you and retail, and it's called utility. I could say this 1,000 times, and it'd be a lot of people wouldn't even get it, because the word utility has some deep connotations. You know, utility is usefulness, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is real, right? You can actually, there's such thing as this. You could fuck around and miss the mark by shooting that in a direction that you didn't even need to. And oftentimes, you can get confused and think that you're supposed to get grandfathered into situations that you want to pursue in arts and entertainment. But that's not the case. That's not for all people, especially black culture. Black people don't put each other on like that. You heard? It's a new thing. Good thing we got new good music. You heard? So a lot of people is exponentially, living, eating based off of their interactions with the Renaissance figures of this time and their predecessors who've been pushing this, the line. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are under the impression that you can get grandfathered into this. And the Renaissance, you can't get grandfathered into Renaissances. You have to have utility. You have to have something useful to the people. It has to be some use inside of your exhortations. If you're into music, there has to be utility in your scripts. If you write movies, a lot of y'all don't write movies. That's a very small percentage. That's a minute, small, super minute, small percentage of y'all. And I've heard this twice from some of my students who went to film school. They say when they write their first script, their teachers always hone in on the black students and be like, nah, you need to do this different. And they would think that is, oh man, this is some racist shit. I made a movie. I made a beautiful movie. And they gonna shoot my shit down? You gonna tell me my shit ain't the shit? Right? And you know what it be? We don't have enough grounding in imagination and enough reference material to create coherent scripts that can be slapped on the screen anywhere. And we sitting up watching movies, and each time the movie come on, this is the same movie. How many movies a nigga need to see it's the same movie? It's the same movie. The movie encapsulates you as the protagonist. You always win at the end of the movie, depending on who you identify with. Most of y'all identify with losers. So you like the winner who wins at the end to be losing in the beginning, because it gives you hope that you might someday in your fields of petty intrigue win the things that you aspire to. In most of these movies, these protagonists are going through some extreme shit. They jumping off of buildings, they hanging off of planes, they spies in other motherfucking parts of Europe, they jumping out of vehicles and all that shit. And for some reason, I don't know, you identifying with that shit, you think that's you, cool. You're not going to be in none of them situations for your entire life. You heard? However, there's something about seeing Scarface over and over again. It's a beautiful movie, because you see the protagonist actually transform. In the beginning, you love the attitude, and then you start empathizing with him, and then you start at the end of the movie, you start feeling sorry for that nigga, man, and you be like, damn, son, you doing a lot. That's a lot of cocaine. You heard? Because in the beginning, everybody love him. They love him. They love him. They love him. They love him. Then he start tripping. Then he didn't use that statecraft. He didn't use supreme evil. This is why y'all really like him, right? And this is how they play with you with narratives. The narratives that they attribute and give to us, and the ones that we enjoy the most, at the end of the movie, the protagonist often dies. They transform. Like, look at Paid in Full. We got some long sleeves in The Friends. You heard? Beautiful movie, right? Friends. But look where Rich is at. Rich is where the word friends have this key phrase in there. You see this? See that? That's a key phrase. That's a key phrase. It's called and. You heard? It's a key phrase. And look where Rich is at. And we love Rich. We love him. Rich is what you guys in the streets call good niggas. He's a good nigga. You heard? Rich was a good nigga, man. It's in fact from these films and them pictures from these brothers, there's a reinsurgence in certain branding colorways. You heard? And they bringing back Sergio Tacchini's and all that. Dudes is getting them old Beamers and putting the BBSs on the Beamers and all of that. They reupholstering the cars. Those cars and all that shit is going to be very highly coveted. Because of what? The narrative. Now, this one has such a deep connection with us. We have such a deep connection with this one. And this one is of extreme importance to us because it has, it's like a time capsule. The brothers who produced that film, Paid in Full, very brilliant for that, to encapsulate and show other generations a very close look at how that time period was. However, the narrative is so true to our end story that you'll be thinking that our culture have to end like that. That the protagonist got the what you call it die at the hands of his friends. See, film is magic. So there's a sequence of events that occurs in a film. You usually die in films to clean up a moral dilemma in films, right? Depending on who got killed determines the moral dilemma. So now, I showed you this Time Life magazine for a reason, the year in pictures. That was a great year, 1982. 82 was an illmatic year. Word is bond. 1982 was crazy because they had the most films out at the time. If you young, your parents and them was scared of the movies from 1982. They were scared of Jason and Michael Myers. To y'all, that shit is funny to y'all. Freddy Krueger is cool to y'all. That shit don't scare y'all. You heard? Y'all scared by a new program. That shit y'all scared of is y'all scared about zombies and shit like that. And what's that shit? What's that shit with the you gotta play the game with the motherfucker with the mask on. And then they made all these Saw. That's the shit y'all scared of. You heard? Hostile. You heard? That gory ass shit. Your parents and them was scared of motherfuckers running around with superpowers that you couldn't. They never explained how the fuck what's the name could walk through walls and detect where you at and be chasing your ass and showing up in places that you ain't supposed to be. They never explained none of that shit. They was just going in with shot sequences, and also kind of giving the populace a pulse of the neurosis in white male psychology when they was pushing out a lot of serial killers. Now, there's serial killers in all type of different cultures. We're not going to do that to the white boys. They ain't going to be the only. They just might be the oldest serial killers. They've been serial killing niggas for years. You heard? They get on a boat and serial kill you, go get you, bring you over here to serial kill you. You heard? So we're not going to get into that. What I'm saying is this. How is you going to rise above that fake ass shit you be talking about when you say that you... Now, this is real. I don't want to offend nobody that's dealing with it. But anxiety and depression, those are calls to action. Anxiety is a call to action. If you're able to receive what I'm saying, I want you to understand me. Anxiety is a call to action. You all wake up anxious if you didn't get good rest. And the first thing that your body do is your body is asking for something, is longing for something, but you vacillate that longing through your mental processes, which are grounded in your emotional values, the semantic values you attribute to words. Let us remind one another that we are speaking words not created or built for us to prosper with. You heard? Be very mindful of that. Be very, 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 very mindful of that. Be very mindful of that. That the world, as you see it, is created by your seed. See, it's what you see. You see, this is why this is the most important occult symbol or ancient symbol of man is an eye. You let the blind tell you what an eye means. It made you feel like a loser. That people that use the eye have more intelligence than you. That the smallest percent in the whole world control the largest people in the world with a motherfucking eye. No. No. Hell to the no. You can't control me with no motherfucking eye. You heard? No. What you intend to express is that I control what the fuck I see and how I process what I visually accept into my bank of reference material. So it's the reason why boxers train as to have a reference with a motherfucker. They spar as to have a reference when somebody come at you with an overhand right. Had you been training, that shit wouldn't connect to you when you actually need it, right? With the lack of training, you are in a cycle of what you call need, which requires the sentiment that you feel, which is a blinding force. It blinds you, and you attribute it to what you call anxiety. No. There are hierarchies of needs. Once you get into your hierarchy of need and address your hierarchy of needs, you'll find yourself among the greatness that you desire. You heard? But you gotta desire something greater than yourself to be a part of something. So let me get back to my more grounded point dealing with the artist. You're not gonna get grandfathered into nothing. You're not going to get grandfathered into nothing. Ain't nobody going to... You not just because of the accomplishments of those around you and just because your peoples in them was great and they did this great thing and all of that. We ain't in one of them pilgrim societies where they just give little Riri to Timothy his Riri as a job. Go give John Boy a job. He's got a job now. Just give him a job. He don't know what the fuck is going on. All he do is just do the... Boom, boy, he get paid forever just because he got grandfathered in. No, you better get out of that context or the conceptualization that you're going to get grandfathered into something just by association. When you tell somebody that you're a great person, and a lot of people build relationships in the wrong way. This is how you could tell hoe ass shit. As soon as a motherfucker interact with you, people want to interact with you because they think that y'all share similar enemies or similar dislikes. If you go around looking for somebody to be your friend because y'all dislike the same person, at the end of the day, both of you pieces of shit is going to be at each other, killing each other. You heard? When you start embarking on the task of becoming somebody's friend, the first thing you do is you have to list the litany of your great accomplishments and the shit that you're able to do. And they'll try to tell you that that's a narcissistic approach to expressing yourself in social settings. They would much rather you have small talk. This is one of them terms you hear in the movies too, back in the day. You know, so we were having a little small talk. What the fuck is small talk? To giants. You heard? Descendants of giants having small talk with the Illuminati. Get the fuck out of here. Under the eye. You heard? Nigga. We don't do small talk. Right? We don't do small talk. We create cohesive and establish cohesive bridges to abundance by displaying and constantly promoting our brand. Positively embracing the fact that if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, you upgrade it. You heard? So, if you sell clothes, why you don't got a subscription to Vogue magazine? If you sell clothes, why you don't got a subscription to GQ magazine, Harper's Bazaar magazine? It shows in your clothes that you don't have enough respect for an hierarchy of descending linear shit to your abundance. If you make clothes, why you don't have books on African textiles, identifying them, knowing their origin from all over the African world, the continent? Why you don't know where the first place at that humans took a needle and threaded some fabric together to make a garment? You heard? This is the shit that you gotta start doing. Because you're fat mouthing with us, you have no reference material. It don't look like nothing. And then you wasting our time, and then you saying that we hating on you. Okay. Alright. Inshallah, you'll get it. Some people won't get it. You heard? So when you embark upon creating social interactions, like some people, if I ask you to collab with you, that's better than you asking to collab with me. Please don't let that go over your head. If I, with what I've accomplished with composition and with retail, if I ask to collab with you, it means that I see a greater value in what you do. But I cannot just collab with anybody that would desires to collaborate with me, because you may not have gotten the training for composition or the direction that I'm going. So this is why I tell y'all, stick to your vocation and be so intelligent enough to know where to find the people to facilitate the things that you need. You heard? Like, for instance, if you're building a skyscraper, it's only a few people, and this is the type of shit niggas don't even think about, because they don't got no time. They gotta go hand to mouth. You heard? From 30 days cycles, and then deal with all these words, concepts in their mind. They identifying with loss, dealing with trauma. You calling this shit anxiety. Then it creates depression. Then now we had dopamine deficits. Then we got to fix the deficit with supplanting it with some new dopamine, artificial dopamine. You heard? And then think that social interactions is going to change the quality of our life. That's not the case. You heard? Your life is perfect. What is not perfect is your ability to discern how perfect your life is. You heard? And I'm going to tell you something about perfection, which is deep. In this universe, in this quadrant of the universe, once a thing becomes perfect, it dies. You heard? We are in constant pursuit of perfection. Don't forget that. You heard? We don't desire perfection in the context that they giving it up. Nah. You heard? It's not. You heard? It's not. What it is this. We create a means by which to absorb what influx of information we are receiving in a way conducive to our well-being. You gotta stop looking at your narrative in the narratives which have been afforded you. You have to start creating new ones. And the best way to do that is to go outside sometime of your... You got all of these parameters in your mind that you thinking that if you go into this cultural paradigm, or you occupy this cultural paradigm, that you're taking away from your obligation to your people. No, you're going to do field research. Why the fuck you think I go to hobby shops to go look at Japanese robots? They sell billions of dollars in the motherfucking shits every year. I grew up on all that shit as a child. The most advanced shit is for you to actually be able to have built one of them shits. Our parents used to have to go buy them shits built already. For that money. Why not? Why is there a whole branch of children that their great prowess of mind comes from the fact that they were, as children, 6, 7, 8 years old, in other cultures building these robots? But then you asking your kids to be motherfucking brilliant in school. You didn't facilitate none of the shit that they can't compete with Asian children in the school, because they have been already introduced to, you know, engineering from playing with fucking toys. You heard? So I'm going to tell you something. Singing to your kids, singing to your children. Can't nobody say nothing about your children, first of all. They're yours. But if you sing to them, if you draw for them, there is nothing that they can do about it. They're going to use those interactions to build language skills. You heard? I wouldn't give a fuck if the baby couldn't see. You supposed to be making clay. Do clay work with the child. You heard? So that they can get understanding of depth. You heard? And form. You heard? Like that. So I'm like, we want the most from this world, but we give the least to ourselves. How you want the most from the world, but you give the least to yourself? You heard? And you can't give to yourself buying no new fucking outfit neither. You heard? That's the shit you supposed to have did. You supposed to gift yourself shit like that. You heard? The shit that you need to gift yourself is fix your hierarchy of needs and adjust your lens. Adjust your lens in your eye as to how you perceive this world. Somebody come at you, somebody coming at you. Why they always coming at me like that? Blaming the world. It's because you know them. And because maybe both of y'all wasn't shit. And now this is just the natural order of that as you occupy that dominance hierarchy. Grown ass niggas. You know how many niggas I know that they calling this nigga, these niggas they best friends. You know why these motherfuckers is best friends? Because they argue with each other their whole fucking life. They've been having the same arguments since they was little kids. And they, for some reason, I don't know what the fuck happened with that. And now these motherfuckers, it's crazy. I'm going to tell you something, boys. Forge these relationships with the shit that you got. You got to show people what you present. You got to show people what I'm bringing to the table. I got a body of work. I don't want to do lectures no more. I'm good on that. You heard? I'm good on that. I'm good on that shit. I got students to do lectures and all that. That's brilliant. Them niggas is deep. You heard? I'm trying to have private motherfucking classes with the people who are actually facilitating true endeavors and are pushing the paradigm and the envelope of this blackness, unfolding narratives in the music, in the media, in the film. The artists are being more in this time period. We so fortunate. Listen to the music. You heard? You heard Benny the Butcher new album. Wonderful album. Expression of the mechanics of progression. You heard? In the steed of and in the likeness, you heard, of Hove, we have a new upgraded version of what maybe Hove would have wanted to be when he was his age. We're very fortunate for these narratives. For Machines, Fly Gods, Planet Asias, Rock Marcianos. We lucky to have all of these prestigious Renaissance figures around us. You heard? And all of these producers who are of amazing import to the goddamn narrative. And you. Because if it wasn't for your eye, if you wasn't able to see where you at in time and space, you wouldn't be able to access all this greatness or contribute to it. You feel me? For real. For real. So I'm like, and a compartmentalized viewpoint of art. You gotta view art as it is and not personalize art as you would like it to be. You heard? Because there's a difference in this world of how shit is and how it's supposed to be when you talk about art. And I think African American artists, they be giving us, because of our historical experience in the Americas, a greater responsibility to stay grounded in what they call in reality. You heard? So you got bands like the Misfits. These pilgrims be in a horror movie on spaceships, wilding. Just doing all type of shit like they songs be crazy. You got the Black Flag. They make songs about going to spend your last money on a six-pack and then wilding the fuck out. You heard? And their music serves a utility for their cultural paradigm. Our music, however, oftentimes we critique our music far more than we need to because we're not critiquing it as artists. There's a compartment for us to be righteous. Those people are the teachers, the reverends, the messianic forces. You heard? Sometime when you and you know this, if you're a patron of music and you love music, listen to all of your favorite reggae artists back when they first started, and then listen to their music when they progress and become culture, when it turns into culture and they talking. You heard? Boom. What happens? Right? What happens? What happens is they start speaking about Jah. They start elevating the message. You heard? For real. And now we have what I want to call techniques to stay within the linear timeline of progression, to progress in our linear timeline, right? And it's like little gems, it's little people that are here that leave gems inside the music that get pushed forward. You heard? So you gotta watch what you listening for and watch what you listening to. And it's interesting how bands like the Misfits and all of that shit, Kiss, the rock band, all of them shits, they songs be wicked. They be having some wild ass songs. And white folks give that culture to their rebellious youth as utility to give them the imagination to not give a fuck about obstacles in the world when they become adults. Why you think they let them motherfuckers in Europe, them little motherfuckers in Europe, they be smoking weed and drinking early so that when they become adults, they over that shit. They ain't got to fuck with that shit no more. That's a fact. Yeah. For real. For real. So you stay on your job. You make music that you want to hear when you feel good and be opportunistic with your music. Stop making music just to be doing it because you see another nigga doing it. Make music so you can sell it. Great music can be sold. So I would never be that nigga that I ain't never sold no motherfucking 100,000, 150,000, 250,000 million records. Picture me sitting up critiquing some nigga that did. Or that got a bankroll from music, and I'm sitting up talking about this nigga music. And man, if I don't figure out how to do that same shit, that nigga Big, God bless the dead, said, I'm sitting in the crib dreaming about lead jets and coupes, the way salt shoots, and how to sell records like Snoop. Oops, I'm interrupted by the doorbell. That's what I think about. I'm from downtown Brooklyn. I'm trying to make it so I don't never have to steal and go outside no motherfucking body hair or be around some niggas that's hungry in my life because it's dangerous for me. So I gotta figure out how to stay in the free cipher. And you can't stay in no goddamn free cipher playing in these motherfucking streets with these savages and these... Who hangs out with lions? Yeah, you got lions tattooed on your chest. Yeah, you're a lion, tiger, bear. Go hang out with them niggas, Tiger. Tell a tiger your name is Tiger. And go give the tiger a pound. You heard? And he gonna take a pound of flesh out your ass. For real. You ever hear that word maul? See, a lot of y'all never got mauled. The worst you got was the shit slapped out of you or punched it upside your head. But you ain't never got mauled by a wild animal that you got tattooed on you. That would be dope. That would be a hell of a motherfucking experience. You heard? Now, my ancestors will wear cobras and shit on their head. Right? They'll wear vultures too. Right? But they don't hang out with vultures. So you gotta switch your lens, homie. You gotta switch your lens. Yeah, we wear serpents on our head, but you'll tell a nigga, man, that nigga's a snake. Don't hang out with son. Ooh. The nuance, semantics, and shit, yeah. Snakes. Snakes is the least of your worry. Vultures. We wore snakes and vultures on our headdresses, gold joints. Right? Because of our observation, our keen eye as to their behavior. Their keen eye as to their behavior. So these birds and these serpents share something. They share a deep connection to, they have a pineal function that's rooted in their primacy. See, words, philosophy, and the fact that you lost your rituals, you lost your initiation processes, there's a gap in your mind connecting you to your primal source. But the marketers, people in the markets of shit, they know how to sell something right directly to your motherfucking primal center. And they use colors and shit like that. This color, boy, they have studied how the frequency of this orange and this green vibrate against each other when they put the key phrase alive with pleasure. What is the only thing alive about this box? Are the vibration of those colors. They paid somebody to give them colors to get to the subconscious of the consumer. You heard? So you ain't never been to no McDonald's that was gray and dark blue. If McDonald's changed their colors to gray and dark blue, McDonald's, who sell food, I don't know what you call that shit. Let y'all tell it. It's they selling motherfucking cardboard boxes and missing people. You heard? Let y'all niggas sell it, right? Boom. So I go like this, nigga. Would they be able to sell that shit selling it if they made all the boxes gray and black? Huh? No, that shit'll go out of business. It's something primal about you. It's a color thing about you. You color. Now, this is the ill shit. Ain't nobody never talked about this. Right? Color therapy and vision science as it relates to color is a profound field. You heard? I promise you. Right? So now, when we perform the task of retail, are you taking in consideration demographic and the type of people that you're selling stuff to in a coherent way? You heard? Are you tapping into their primal aspects? So now, I tell you something. If you ever been someplace in this world, there is in New York City, there's a strip called Madison Avenue, and then there's a strip called Fordham Road, right? And the people in New York City, you can either shop on Madison Avenue, Park Avenue, or you can go to Fordham Road, or you can go to Albee Square Mall. And I guarantee you, when you go to these two locations, you might see sometimes same brands, but you're going to see colors made specifically for poor people. You're going to see a colorway that was specifically made for poor people. You heard? Now, what you mean, Rashid? I mean this. Poor people oftentimes suffer from a neurosis where they feel that they need to be seen. So this neurosis is a attention-seeking behavioral neurosis. So as soon as a nigga get $2 and rub their quarters together like this, $2 to rub together, they want to go, and you can tell it's new money. You can tell new money. You can tell when a nigga just got some money. You heard? By the colors. And the ensemble of colors is based off of the metric of their desire to now be seen, feeling that they was alienated in a society that did not even look at them. So, colors, right? Going to your colors. It's a therapy. It's a theory. This shit is deep, right? So I'm like this. Why you can't use the game to benefit from? You heard? So now, I got to send this to somebody. I got to send this to somebody. Right now. Son said he want the yellow one. I could sell more yellow and red Larry Davises because these is colors that tap into primacy. So this is the reason why your peoples, they observe animals. for safety reasons and to protect them. You know why horses is important? Horses can detect storms. And you could get on a horse and ride the motherfucker. Then you got people whispering, horse whisperers. The motherfuckers can communicate to you and tell you some shit it's finna happen. This is known. They have a particular bird, and I want to say in India or Indus Kush, that can tell the people if there's flooding coming. And it's based off of how high, because they love their kids so fucking much, birds. Vultures is on your people's headdress because they love their kids. You heard? And they got some digestive enzymes like no other. They'll bite through some fucking bone and digest and eat bones. There's constant reminders of death, that how important you think you are. They had you gotta bury humans because the fucking animal world be done consumed a dead body sitting up. Them dogs you like. You niggas love you some dogs and shit and kitty cats and shit until you see a fucking kitty cat gnawing off somebody in a war-torn country. You heard? And you see a kitty cat gnawing off a motherfucker's arm because ain't no cat food around. You heard? Dogs that devour you. They had flesh-eating dogs during slavery. They used to routinely let black people see dogs devour and eat humans as reminders, tapping into that fear. You heard? So we watch animals for a reason. We watch animals and we get game from animals. So y'all watching that Lovecraft Country? That Lovecraft Country, that shit is crazy. They went the fuck. I ain't seen the last one, but every one I seen, they just went. They went all the way there with that shit. But the best one, the best episode is I Am. And they build you up to 7 episodes. You got to get through all the weird shit, all of the gruesome ass shit to get to I Am. And she said, am I being held hostage? Am I in prison? No, you free to go anywhere you want. What's your name? I Am. You seen that? The sister with the fro. I Am. Boom. She said, well, put me on the stage with Josephine Baker. Boom. She was right there. Right? What was her name? What was the sister's name? Hippolyta. Why? Because the hippopotamus is what? Is the galactic center. She had the horary. She was dealing with celestial spins and cycles. She's the one that had the key. Hippolyta. Who's the hippopotamus in your culture? The midwife. The hippo is the midwife. Ta'ert. The galactic center is occupied by interests of the cosmic midwives. You heard? The ones who know the cycles. They know how many days it takes and is required for a full birth. You heard? They know the average. And then they put the name. That's a whole nother class on gematria. The word for birth has the same number of days that's required for birth. That's another topic. That's for my more loftier students. You heard? But fuck them lectures. I need to get a direct conduit to my real students right here on these goddamn internets so we can really get it popping. I promise you. You heard? So, Hippolyta, Ta'ert, galactic center. And what is it about the hippopotamus? Why did the hippopotamus become the galactic center? Because the hippopotamus is so brilliant to know its own force and its own gravity that it will get inside the center of water, where water is in one of those lakes, in the spin and create a vortex in the water to protect its young. You heard? To protect its young. You heard? You feel me? So now, I see y'all. Y'all deep. Y'all deep. Y'all deep. Y'all deep. For real. That's right. Savage Royale 6. Correct. Do need more midwifery. That's right, Bravo. Rio, Bravo. Patreon. For real. For real. The Golden Spiral. Correct. So now, I imagine y'all say hippocampus for memory reasons. You heard? Attribute and connect that as well to Hippolyta as the hippopotamus connected to Ta'ert, which is a celestial narrative because she did go into the celestial canopies. You heard? So now, the ill shit, though, is that if you hip to my books, I tell you that star systems are presented in books as animals as well. Dogs. Dogs are resonant and connected to celestial star systems because of their behavior. Dog star hip hop. So when you hear the name, a lot of y'all should know what Caleb means. Caleb. When you hear Caleb, I told y'all this in the book. When they speak of dogs, they're speaking about celestial bodies. When they speak about wheels, they're speaking about celestial bodies. When they speak about daughters or multiple brides, many times they are speaking about celestial stations in the sky. Okay? So, we create mythic cosmologies in the physical world to suit our train of thought, to make it accustomed to create a streamline of abundance, whereas, and I don't want you getting into this shit, man, this weird shit they telling you niggas, they got niggas thinking that, hey, Rashid, how do I raise my frequency so I can manifest things? You manifest things by lowering your frequency and by actually doing things on the physical world. Anxiety is a high frequency. You lay there feeling like the world is getting at you. And you like this. My God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Why are they treating me this way? What is going on? Is it me? Is it you? Why are you doing this? And all of this old shit. And all you got to do is put your hands on things and start putting them inside of things that you package. When niggas was little, you couldn't tell them niggas. They just knew they was geniuses. Niggas was selling crack back in the day, putting the motherfucking cracks inside them vials. Why you ain't putting them ideas inside of packages, man? You know everything. You niggas know everything, right? You're waiting for somebody to grandfather you into some shit that you could grandfather yourself into. I'm not finna be waiting for no nigga to do a motherfucking thing for me. I got a body of work showing I'm proficient in particular fields, and people are intelligent and know about that, and then we could coalesce and connect. That's the dopest shit in the world. But the thing is, I'm not going downstairs. I'm going upstairs. You heard? For real. For real. I learned this. This is some shit in masonry. And this is in different, different classes where they teaching certain techniques. They make the first class get the fuck out because we about to do something else. You heard? Y'all not ready for that. Stand outside. You heard? When you get to the second class, you heard? By the time we get to the second class, y'all gotta leave because we have a far more advanced class here on the third, right? So you gotta keep elevating. I can't teach nothing that don't elevate. I have to take away from myself to go. Nah, you gotta be better than me to actually get something from me because you the one with the wisdom. You wise. You heard? That's why you even know me. You know how much shit you could be doing right now, son? You know how much shit that you could actually be doing right now? I hope that I gave you some game and I didn't waste your motherfucking time. We not sitting up. We ain't got nothing negative to say about nobody. You heard? That's what the type of podcast and the type of shit I want to do. I want to do podcasts and speaking about shit that only the shit that I'm inspired by. That's real art. You heard? That's what artists do. They turn shit that they're afraid into art. White folks do that shit. Look at that nigga, the nigga that drew the alien shit. All that shit, that alien nigga that designed all that, you know what that come from? German heroin. This is a fact. Geiger. Check him out. Check out Geiger. He got a whole documentary on that. Heroin. And he starts his whole field, and this is why they used him as an artist, is that he believes in post-birth trauma, that humans is affected by post-birth trauma. That when you coming through that canal and that little big-ass head is squeezing out the cervix of mommy and you be crying because your motherfucking head be hurting, nigga. And you entering into some stupid-ass shit. Now they got to suck that dumb-ass shit out your nose. You know how to go when you been there like this. You seen the babies come out, they be like, what the fuck is y'all doing? It's post-birth trauma. Good thing you forget shit. You heard? But somewhere in his neurosis or his pursuit of art, he, for some reason, he maintained and retained some of his post-birth trauma. So they used him because he demonized the life giver. They used his art for Alien. And Alien is about a black alien that is of extreme intelligence that wants to spread the gospel of motherfucking blackness all over the universe. Using acidic shit and using white bitches' stomachs. You heard? Which is one of the illest motherfucking... That is the white man's, what you call it, his most sacred space in the world is his lady's womb. And if she go get that womb to somebody, right, and fuck up his bloodline, she's out of here. They getting her the fuck out of there. Like, no, you ain't finna fuck that up. My connection to my myth through your womb. Like, what? They don't play. You know what I mean? Look at y'all. Look at us. Mm-hmm. Everybody want a bump of that. Yeah. This is what you niggas be doing. Burning both sides of the motherfucking candle. Both ends. By the time the fires reach you, ain't shit. The legend. Y'all don't even know who that is. That's who made some of y'all illest actors in the whole world. And I'm gonna stop telling niggas, oh, this is too much game. I'm about to get this shit and streamline this game, man. For real. You know, these are my heroes. This type of shit I want to do. You know. Yeah. Do you think Thelonious Monk and them had conflicts with niggas? Huh? He was putting them pilgrims in game. I heard he had a whatchamacallit. He had one of them robber barons, a Astor or Rockefeller. He's a legend. She was one of his Because whatchamacallits, they used to give him money. Look how they got the homie, had him in prison for the Atlanta child murders. He throwing a middle finger up. How the fuck you gonna kill 28 young black people in Atlanta and none of them had strangulations? They were asphyxiated with no signs of of strangulation. When you read on that shit, what was they doing down there in Atlanta? That's some most Stranger Things ass shit. That's some most Stranger Things ass shit, and that's the police with the ASPCA luring kids and shit inside of them chambers that they kill dogs in. You heard? When a dog got to get euthanized, they put them in this shit that suck all the air out the shit immediately. If it ain't no fucking air to breathe, you heard? You die immediately. You heard? Boom. So, if you look up them cases, and then they got cases, they got whole fucking pages blanked out talking about that case and how vicious they were. So now, what the effects that shit had on Atlanta is ill. The effects that shit had on Atlanta is ill. And Atlanta is a very important location in the United States for, for travel. Atlanta got a flight to everywhere. It have the most flights to anywhere in the world. I believe this is a fact. You heard? It's one of the most propitious locations for getting the fuck on anywhere you want. You heard? I know they got a big stupid ass airport there in Chicago. That shit got on my nerves. They got to get on a train in the airport. Have you ever been to Denver airport? If you ever if you ever do a flight and they say you got a layover in Denver, go there. That airport is the most spookiest shit I ever seen in my life. The artwork in there, I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. The only place I ever seen with murals reminiscent of that is Philadelphia. And Philly have like obscure billboards and shit like that. It's like an ill place for expressing visual context. But that airport, you let the pilgrims say it, they'll tell you the aliens got the base under that motherfucker. I like them type of narratives. I believe in that shit. I believe that this planet is already occupied by, I think we the aliens. You're bullshitting. That's the big secret with all this fake shit with the grays and all that. All of a sudden, pilgrims is some highly intelligent race of motherfucking reptilians from another, because they got gray eyes. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, they got gray eyes and all that shit, and blue eyes and all that shit from a lack of certain nutrients. You heard? Which gives them a propensity towards having to compensate for their losses with aggression. Yeah, they need to use that Darwinian shit on themselves. They are the expression of a devoluted state of mind. Have you ever tried to? This is the beauty of black people, that even when you stupid, even in your ignorance, there's some wisdom in that. But there's so much fucking ignorance in Western man's wisdom. You can see it in their art, bro. And in they little, and these gentrificated and these little frontier cities and shit where they at with the Western world and all that. Look at their art. Look at their sayings and shit. I seen somebody spray painting some shit on the floor saying, "You are the cure." What the fuck is you talking? What's the sentimentality, this fake sentimentality, like you are the poets of the world and that your use of language is the most significant one that we have? We already had a scientific language. And our people has never died. Our people still speak it. They Islamicized West Africans in Senegal still speak the Medu Neter. This is a fact. Sheikh Anta Diop and them already wrote extensive books on it. You heard? There's several words, several that are similar. And you can write out Einstein's theory of relativity in Wolof, a language that has a little over 4,000 words, and retain all the science. So, is your mind a scientific device? You heard? Look at this. We just was talking about this. For me, now this is right? This is marketing to women that were at a, were doing work at the time. They was forcing women to get into the workforce. You heard? Unbeknownst to them, they was following the white women's liberation movement. So white women's liberation was no longer being in the kitchen doing the work, because that would be like caveman society. We don't need her no more to be the alchemist of the house, to give everybody the right nutrients and the right spices and herbs for the belly. Let's give it to Stouffer, right? So, and free her. So this is, look, for me, freedom comes in a what? Bright red package, right? And here we go, 1982, beef stroganoff, nigga. Now, what do keys have to do with the color red? And look at the propitious arrangement and the aligning of the products. Bright red, we have an alcoholic here, right? And directly under the alcohol, we have beef stroganoff. I don't know, no nigga said, what the fuck is stroganoff? Right? I don't know no nigga named Stroganoff. You heard? Right? So now, you go like this. Boom. Check it. Then you go, car keys. Or is them car keys or house keys? Look like car keys, right? So they on the go. So whenever I want a wonderful meal without cooking, I just open one of Stouffer's bright red packages. What we said about red? The color, right? Whatever it is, and I can choose from more than 40 different entrees. I know it'll be as good as if I made it myself. Without the what? The word. Freedom. It's delicious. This is nothing short of Edward Bernays and his uncle. This comes from his uncle and them, and his work with the subconscious and the unconscious. You heard? So now, 1982, Timex, they tried to make a computer because they thought computing was about price. $100.82. 82. Who is this? This white man. Who is this white man? Who is this white man right here? This white man committed a crime right here. Don't this look familiar? These are the jurors. This is a black town. What town is this? Where they at? This is Washington, D.C. This the white boy who did what? Why'd he do it? His name is Hinckley. Now, you remember we was talking about movies? He, in this government exhibit, he wrote a postcard to an actress named Jodie Foster. And in the postcard, he said, "Don't they make a darling couple? One day you and I will what? Will something the White House, and the peasants will drool with envy. Until then, please do your best to remain a virgin. You are a virgin, aren't you? Love, John." Hinckley Jr. He wrote her the postcard because he seen this movie. He seen this motherfucking movie. He put that work in because he seen the movie. He shot a fucking standing president after seeing this movie. That movie. This one. This one. This movie. This movie. This movie. This movie. Right here. Matter of fact, let me show you something. This movie right here. Ooh wee. This movie right here had sequences in there that were amazing. That loaned support to the psychosis and the narrative of the hopeless. This is the Joker movie. All they did was do Taxi Driver over and made him the Joker. That's all. It's the same sequence. Just not a clown. Jodie Foster. The pimp. Keitel. Foster. The movie is ill. The movie was showing them their psychosis. You heard? Look. Killed the impoverished black man coming in to stick up the store. Got away with it. You know? So I'm like, this narrative is a powerful force dealing with the sequences. Now, how was they able to get the sequence? You see this steady cam? This is a steady cam used for the overhead shots. They had that sequence where it looked like it's a dream, like they dreaming, a dream sequence. You heard? And when you watch these fucking movies, you don't know what concepts are embedded into the psyche, and much less you don't care. You heard? So now you got traditions. Look at this. Look at Scorsese making the shot, and this is a science with set design. And this is shit you can't tell everybody this because everybody, it's not really what you call it. It's really not built mentally to embrace what you have to say regarding shit because they can't see that far, right? So now, look at the proximity of the female protagonist's crotch and the act of murder with the gun. You heard? For the viewer, they in the same proximity. You heard? This is an absorbed concept in the psyche. Now look at the color. She is supposed to be what? What is the color white? Not white bitches, not white women. What does the color white mean? It means what? It means what? You are a virgin, aren't you? Love, John. The film made John Hinckley Jr. desire to go and shoot the fucking president just to get the fucking attention, right? The attention of a female inside the joint, right? Now, let's look at some more. This is some beautiful ads back in the day because they show you how simple they was. Are you sure? Right? You remember that? A lot of y'all don't even know what that means. Like, I don't think you sure. Now look at the thrust line. Are they selling deodorant or is they selling cheerleaders' titties? Right? Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, she's sure. Yeah, she's sure. But I can't tell nobody that. You can't tell nobody that because they think they know everything. Propitious design, always like the space shuttle, the tree of life, placement. All your art should be well placed. The Smurfs. I still got Smurfs. I got Smurfs in here right now from 82. You heard? This is all the shit. Huh? So your shit. You forgot about that. Croissant stuffing. John Paul comic book. Hanging upside down. Taking revenge on omnipresent Pac-Man. 3D glasses. Tuxedos for women. Who's this? Pete Rose? Pete Rose, you remember that? Your mama and them remember that. Back in the day, it was a fad. Full Masonic shit here. Super Masonic gesture. Not only is he a husband, a father, an Arkansas state trooper who's a member of the motherfucking National Rifle Association, NRA. Yeah. Ooh wee. If you niggas have one of these right now, boy, this shit killing the shit they got. Look at that shit. The Supreme, nigga. Yeah. Huh. Richard Gere. Who is this? This they narratives. They just be chilling. Look at my man. Who's that? The car maker charged with conspiracy to sell cocaine had to put up $10 million to get out of jail. His first words to his beautiful model wife, "I want a hamburger." Huh? Sophia Loren went to jail. This is how this hoe went to jail, with her feet up on the motherfucking thing like this. Look at that. Pilgrims is something else. Yeah, niggas was drinking Remy. Oh shit. The hoes. Whoa. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. Look at this. Look at this. In 82, she was mad old. For real. So there's nothing new under the sun. You heard? Look at this shit. Video games. These video games was off the fucking hook back in the day. This is the millions that they was making back in the day. Look at that. A 5.7 billion industry. Video capital of the world, Des Moines. Oh, no, I'm thinking this is money. These motherfuckers, these they high scores, bastards. That ain't no goddamn money. That's the nerds doing high scores. Look, look at this. Call Blue. Where Blue at? There's a different channel on each of the 44 screens. Yet folks in Leesburg, Virginia have found other things to do than watch TV. Where did they have 44 screens at in 1982? Crazy. Wow. Remember them cigarettes? They had a cigarette called True. That's crazy. Look at Sun Young Moon. This is a goddamn he said, after you get married, let me see, during the 2-hour marriage ceremony in July, vows and traditional gold rings was exchanged as their Korean leader joined disciples from 75 nations in a state of moony bliss that commenced with as much as 40 months sexual abstinence. After that, more bliss. So if you in his organization, you and your wife can't do shit for 40 months. That nigga's crazy for that. But that's how you do people. You isolate them. That's how they do for them secret societies and shit and all that. Where they be doing all that shit. They be isolating you and rejecting you and denying your ass. Then how your ass in that state of, oh, what's going on? So, yo, I hope we got something today. I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to, if you don't have this book, I want to show you this book, but I don't really want to. I really don't want to. Fuck that, I'm not showing you that book. You don't need to see that one yet. I need to see shit like this. This the shit you need to be seeing. Yeah. Yeah. That shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. And he lists all of the timeline of human accomplishments with communications. I'm of the mind that I suggest that our people been had cell phones, but we was operating on a different system of communication. That our cell phones were our ability to create imagery, that wherever the image is, yes, there I am with consciousness. You heard? And this is a high level of scalar technology. You heard? On another front that you're not even aware of. Why do you think that the white man dropped bombs on people of color, but they drew and put stickers and words on those bombs? That was a form of a scalar type of technology. You heard? They were, and we are, and have the ability to communicate to one another through symbols. You heard? And this is a fact. I grew up and maybe one of the last eras where there was a part of the human mind that we were able to access location, and you knew where your peoples was at, and you could speak someone into existence. They don't say this no more like they used to. Yo, we just was talking about you. Only certain people have that ability still, and only certain people have that ability to project themselves. You heard? Back in the day, they be like this. Where's son at? He right around the corner. He was looking for you. That's crazy. My cousin Rashid, when we was little, him and his brother. We didn't have to call. We didn't have no way to call each other, be like this. Even the twins, asked them, red and blue. When we was little, we see each other. When we see each other, it wasn't no call me. We ain't no phones. Niggas be like, yo, word to mother, I just was thinking about you yesterday. Boom. See each other. That's how it used to be. And I remember from that era knowing that you got low-key control over the outcome of your existence, yo. Wherever symbols is at ubiquitously, thus you can also be there. I gotta go to the post office and get me something to eat. I done talk myself hungry. I love talking to y'all. I love talking to y'all. I think y'all getting shit out of me that people. I'm so happy that people are acknowledging the best part, you heard, of what your brother have to offer, and not acknowledging me for being some dumb shit. You know, I don't want to be acknowledged for no dumb shit. I'm tired of that. I knew how to do that as an expert when I was little. For real. Word is mom. Nigga was an expert in bullshit. A bullshit expert. Bullshit used to find me. I used to find bullshit. We find each other. Yeah. I'm done with that shit. Word is mom. I got to come back and put more shit together. I'd rather do this than to do them spinning in the yard, acting like you hard, acting like you built like that. It got to be like this, but to keep it real face for the next 20 fucking years. Or some shit like this. Yeah, I'm a real nigga. What the fuck y'all think them niggas doing in jail? Reading books, teaching? Niggas think it's class in jail. They in jail having class, boy. If y'all don't tell them people, tell them kids, you misleading them fucking kids, got them kids thinking some glory in that shit. You heard? Boy, if y'all don't make a fucking movie, and not no movie on your peoples, you know what I'm talking about. You street niggas is crazy with that. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a movie. Yeah, we was in jail making movies. Yeah, y'all was not making no fucking movie in no jail. Y'all wasn't making no movie. The crackers was making a killing off of your neurosis and figured a way how to keep you in a dominance hierarchy in the penitentiary. That's word to everything I love. Niggas is so motherfucking imprisoned by concepts and ideas. You ain't never seen no library like that's in this one jail called Shawanga. Shawanga is where Larry Davis got killed. You heard? Shawanga is low-key underground. You heard? It's one of them. It's supposed to be an escape-proof joint. Right? Because the pigs could see you all day, no matter where the fuck you at. There's not really no blind spots in the fucking joint, that one. You heard? Now, that means that if you get busy, it got to be your busiest that you ever got, because they gonna come. They coming anyway. You heard? So you better do what the fuck you want to do, because they gonna wait till one of y'all kill each other anyway. But if you would have seen the library in this jail of books and seen the niggas that be in the library, it was out of the population of niggas in that jail, it was only a small population that knew what was on them shelves in that library. You heard? I promise you that some of my earliest books that I read on coherent joints, on Kabbalah and Jewish mysticism, was in that fucking library in Shawanga. And that's where I said, let me get the Western man shit out of the way while I got access to this fucking library. You can't fuck with me with Schopenhauer, with Kant, with Nietzsche. We could go into chambers and talk about Western philosophy, man. Descartes. Y'all call a nigga Descartes. It sounds stupid. Descartes. You heard? We could go there. Niggas is sitting up wasting their time talking about who their favorite rapper is in the yard, spinning around talking about how many broads they done begged for some sneakers and shit, some tennis shoes, and who got the weed, who pussy. You heard? These niggas can't fuck with no nigga like me mentally. I remember as I upgraded the mechanics of my philosophical approaches to ascertaining the meaning of this English that I have as a fucking weaponized like tool that I can use this shit, I started like this. Oh, it's a big joke. They got my folks in game. Everybody think they fucking tough because they stupid. I figured it out. Because they fucking stupid. These niggas ran out of words. They ran out of words. So now without words, in the absence of words, you can't express yourself. What you use? Your primal self, your hands. You start acting like a fucking gorilla. Acting like you fucking retarded until the crackers put you down. Or when them niggas lay you down in the yard, put a whole knife in you, stabbing you all in your fucking face. You think getting stabbed and all that shit is an honorable thing? Or you think that shit is something so graceful and beautiful, like you in a what's that shit? One of them Chinese movies, and then the way the nigga gonna stab you, you gonna go like this, and like this is gonna go, like this. No, nigga. You think it's gonna be like in the movies, like in a Michael Jackson video? It's two niggas like this. You think it's like that? Huh? Warfare is deep, man. Warfare is deep. You lost the war when you get into physical conflict. The masterminds that I was around, that's the identity of those who have all these battles. You eventually will lose a war. Yeah. They got your brothers thinking that a warrior is one who has multiple conflicts. I've been learned that you always lose when you fight on too many fronts. When you young, you do stupid shit. You shit in your own hood. Nigga be done robbed a nigga 3 blocks away from you. Then you robbed a nigga in another borough. Then you went and ran off with them niggas' package, thinking they ain't gonna see you again. You got 3 different conflicts going on right now, young man. You heard? Then, at your house that you're living in, you're arguing with the people right there. And these going to be the same people you asking to help you when you go to jail. And a lot of y'all selfish. If you really you getting a few dollars, you need to buy you a plot. Long for death if you really true about the shit that you talking in them streets. I'm not talking about no music shit. I'm talking about you niggas that's regurgitating that shit as though it's culture. Bad bro, go get you a plot, man. Don't put that burden on nobody, man. Because you're going to be sitting up, if you ain't Muslim, you're going to be sitting up in a freezer until they get that money together. Until they sell all your shit. Hopefully you got toys and comic books, nigga. If the shit hit the fan, you got a poster that costs $5,000. You heard? Some shit like that. You know, things like that. But you're out there running them streets and you think that you built like that. Get you a plot, man. For real. Don't put that burden on your people looking crazy. And had I known what I know now, I would have stayed a fucking square from when I was a little kid, man. Because I am a fucking square at heart. Pointy square, nigga. I ain't no lane. I ain't no motherfucking lane. But a square I wish I stayed, I swear to you. Because how the fuck did I not have no bail money? Doing the most. I was doing the most dumbest shit in the world and was on Rikers Island with Air Maxes on. And polo shit. Looking stupid than a motherfucker. Fresh death, I call it. Not to death. Fresh death. Yeah. Dead and fresh. Yeah. For real. But you know, the beauty of it is this. Be kind to yourself with understanding your shit that you went through. Don't be mad at yourself for your experiences that you having with humans or yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Identify the greatest part of your experience to get through some shit. I went through the catacombs. These is living dead places where they keep black people living dead. The penitentiary. How the fuck can you navigate through that? How do you navigate through that? You gotta forgive yourself first of all for even fucking being there. And then you gotta be able to identify future trespasses based off of the shit that you weeding out of yourself. And we all in bondage. Even the police that go work at the jail is locked up. The police is locked up. He got to be locked in there to get that check. You heard? Boom. So how do you weed yourself out of that dominance hierarchy? You focus on the best shit. Think about what you want, not what you don't want. And I promise you, had I been more mentally prowess with I could have probably got away a little longer with some criminal shit or upgraded the mechanics of it had I not had such a fear of going to jail. I lulled that shit towards me. You heard? I lulled it towards me by constantly thinking, I'm contemplating on how much time they would fuck around and give me instead of thinking about the right shit, strategic wise, as to how do you make it so you don't have to do crime no more. Are you in front of that? You heard? Are you in front of that conversation? You heard? A lot of brothers, unfortunately, you fuck around with niggas that got so much pride that they don't see millions. I seen one of the brothers that helped bring Delbert Blair. You heard? I seen him get on a truck and go all the way to California to buy 5, 6 $6,000 worth of toilet paper. Do you know what that looked like? It fills up a whole trailer. You heard? Drive it all the way back to the East Coast and triple the money. Now, if you tell a nigga this, yo, I know my man Hassan used to work in the country house. Anybody remember him? Young black brother he used to be the cook, the short order cook in the country house on Fulton Street. Somebody told that nigga about the hair shit with the sisters selling hair. That nigga took an educational trip to India on his Brooklyn shit and met took his Brooklyn self to India and got right with the Indians who's in the industry of the hair shit. That nigga is loaded. Niggas say when they do see him, they say son got a bankroll selling hair, right? Now I used to be tripping. I used to be like, yo, we all know a nigga that'll go outside and shoot you, but he won't go be a shoplifter. He's scared to steal something like this. When ain't nobody looking, he's scared to take them cracking shit right off their shit. Say we in an Hermes store. No disrespect to Hermes. Say you in an Hermes store and you go like this. And it's a $5,000 scarf there. Ain't nobody looking. Back in the day, I'm hungry. You got me fucked up. You heard? All right, thank you. Like this. Out of here. I'm out of here. You heard? It's another nigga though. He would not do that. He would rather wait till you go bust your motherfucking, what's that shit? Your summer youth camp check. You remember that? Summer youth check? These niggas would rather wait for you to bust your summer youth check and see you outside on Delancey Street buying a leather or getting you some sneakers, and them niggas from the projects, they be like this. You know this is real. Shout out the Lower East Side, Delancey Street. Them niggas get busy in the Lower East Side. Them Lower East Side niggas that catch you slipping and then snatch your whole, what's that? Oh, you fresh. Just snatch your whole bag and shit make noise. Fuck this. Give me that shit. What the fuck wrong with you? Like this. Look, this snatch that shit. So I know, based off of the amount of words, references you have for doing the essential shit like eating will determine the outcome of your life. So I said, how can I upgrade my mechanics? Ahmed, you're going to have to eat for the rest of your life. How can you eat not at the expense of other people, son? You heard? You will be equipped with an understanding and an ability to understand and to flesh out understanding visually through art, Ahmed. You like great music, Ahmed, and you know how to maintain long-standing relationships for over 25, 20 years. You heard? And keep it funky with your friends the same way. Ahmed, sell that. Give people that experience. When you fucking with me, you fucking with everybody that helped raise me, man. That you would never ever be around these niggas, I swear to God. You could not be around the niggas that I grew up with and the niggas that raised us. You heard? Please, and this is no disrespect. We many times had to be around them. You heard? Now we living in an age where we see whole cultures built around the happenings, the experiences of African American males without resources, man. Niggas make movies. Yeah, you see? For real. So forgive yourself, man. Don't let nobody, the other day I'm looking at this shit and I said, because I don't do Twitter and I don't really be on Facebook, you heard? And I look, and sometimes I entertain, some shit, and I seen, I'm going to leave y'all with this, I seen, because sometimes I flash post, I'm on the Instagram for money. Okay? So, let's get that shit clear, right? The globe is big. I have gotten money from all over the world. People is up at 3 in the afternoon in some markets that I fuck with at 3 at night. Right? So if I'm on Instagram doing posts, it might not be for your sleepy ass. But why is you up? Right? If I'm in California at 12 o'clock and I put a post up and a nigga make a comment and tries to discern what the fuck I'm saying in the East Coast and I'm in the West Coast, that nigga's up at 3 o'clock. You heard? Now, just to do the knowledge, when you go and look and see who the fuck is up to be questioning God and a nigga that's trying to stay out the penitentiary and teach people at the same time, you under the impression that I'm selling my character, and I tell you that I ain't shit, right? I tell you that. So I'm like, who the fuck is interested in questioning what I got to say 3 o'clock in the morning over there? So then when you go and you look at the page of the people and you go and you look, it's a nigga that got every picture is his face. Son, do you know how dangerous the computer is? Do you know that everybody on the computer that got their face in every picture going all the way down suffers a neurosis? That your whole life is predicated on being accepted. Somebody told your monkey ass that you was ugly when you was little. And you believed them. And if it wasn't for this computer and this shit, and you paying phone bills and all this shit too, just to take pictures of your monkey ass. These niggas is crazy. I thought it just was a thing where sometime a lot of sisters make this mistake because they think about themselves according to Western ideals with body dysmorphia. So if she's big, she want to take close pictures of her face. She don't know that her portly body, big and juicy like that, is what the fucking world want to see. So they taking selfies. They sit up and take the selfie, be so fucking close to their face. You be like, yeah, come on, I get it. I know what it is. You suffer from that body dysmorphia. You don't got enough people in the world telling you that portliness and shapeliness is akin to deity in certain aspects. We're not telling you to go out there and go hit up the Krispy Kreme and go out there and be talking about you could knock down a whole bucket of chicken from KFC to keep the goddess shit going. No, I'm telling you some deep shit about the psychology and how when you go to a grown ass man, why do you, my brothers? I would not be making no comments on no niggas page, and on my page I got pictures of my motherfucking self. And then if you do this, do the knowledge, and you go look, if I make a post and I come back to the post an hour later and one person or two people like the post, whoa, nigga, that means I'm not selling nothing, and that means that the shit that I put up have no essential value whatsoever, not even to the people that actually know me, that I know they got Instagram. They're not even interested in that shit, so why would I fucking do it? So now I'll show you this. If you got all these pictures of yourself, every fucking picture is of yourself. Serious? And then you go look and you see, and you gonna say, yo, let me see how many people liked me in this pose. How many people liked me in this post? Go through all 65, 100 of your pictures and it's you. Right? How many people, and you be like this. It's only 13 people liked that picture of me. And then you look, and these niggas be doing this to get little small doses of dopamine. One time they see that little heart, boop, Niggas start feeling good about themselves. Like, then it's a whole thing. Then they go scrolling, say, who like me? Oh shit, you like me? Then you going into their business. You heard? Then you going in their business. I'm on this motherfucker to get money. You heard? I sell shit. I'm not personalized or connected to this shit like perhaps you is. That's why I use my shit propitiously. That if I put up a post or something, it has to be enlightening and takes me above the algorithm to smarter people. I'm not sitting up taking a bunch of, if I put a picture of me up, I got an outfit on and it's contextual to who I'm around, or I'm on a journey of utility, doing something, speaking to my respective clients and or my students as we make this journey forward. Yeah? Like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, I see y'all talking about you need the book. The books is here. The books is here. The books is here. Get your name put in here. When I write your name in here, you live. You heard? So, we got shit to do. For real. London. My son London. And Tristan. In London. We got you. You heard? For real. So, yeah, we got some books. So, my thing is this. You don't got to exalt yourself by making nobody feel that they less than who they are. That's not what we do. We not here to be telling no nigga what he ain't and what they ain't. Sisters ain't here to be telling another sister what she is and what they ain't. We want to maximize. You want to maximize you want to maximize the ability for you to express the very best thing that you have to offer. You heard? Maybe the best thing you have to offer might be you sharing positive messages that's enlightening but not abusive to other people and their experiences. A lot of y'all go and y'all chase these narratives where you're following somebody that sits up and destroys people. And that's how you be dealing with your anxiety. You like to see other people suffer. You heard? And it shows up. You like seeing people get hit by cars and shit. The computer would tell on you. This the shit you like to see. You like to see motherfuckers get fall off of shit and all of that for a reason. You heard? It's because you take mad selfies and shit. You heard? And then, this is another interesting thing. This shit is deep. That it is nothing short of genius on how these sisters, the beautiful ones that's tapping into all of these little minds in these markets, that they've got millions of followers from taking pictures scantily clad. You heard? Now, if you don't see what Instagram is for, you'll never be able to use it. You heard? Effectively. You could learn a lot from people who are using it, right? Y'all need to learn aesthetics. You always talk about your conscious, but you're not conscious of certain shit, man. You heard? Aesthetics. You don't have to do stuff that compromise who you are when you get gain from what you might perceive as somebody that is operating on a downstairs level to achieve a high-end goal. We're not here to do that. We're here to get gain from everybody. Everybody can teach you something. You heard? Y'all fuck up trying to teach everybody something. And everything ain't for everybody. You understand? For real. So you know how I go. You know. And aesthetic beauty is a science according to various cultures based on how they give it up. When y'all ever seen Apocalypto? You see how beautiful our Mayan, Aztec brothers and sisters appeared in the film, the Mel Gibson depiction, and then when you look at how they depicted themselves, their arrangement of scarification or tattooing, the gauges in the ear, these were all embellishments of beauty. African tribes, you got the ones where the sisters put the rings around their neck to accentuate their beauty, where you see the scarification rites accentuating beauty, them doing their hair in certain propitious ways, the sisters in Namibia who put the red clay inside their hair. You heard? So there's so much culture operating in the realm of aesthetics. And another thing, I'm hungry, man. I'm about to be out of here. I'm not fucking with y'all. Look, you could learn a lot from watching cooking shows about people. Cooking shows is sometimes more educational than a fucking lecture. You heard? Go to the cooking shows in Central, South America, the ones where they go off into the continent, or they in Asia. You'll learn a lot about sciences. Deep sciences is hidden in the culinary science. That's why they call it culinary sciences. You heard? I'm telling you, I'm so hungry. I'm looking at the shelf and shit like this. Anthony Bourdain. God bless him, man. They might have murked my son. They might have murked him, man. They might have murked him. Because he ain't look like he... I don't know. I don't want to take his struggle away from him. Peace and love to Anthony Bourdain. But I'm going to tell you something. That show is political as fuck. He was going over there and bringing back and showing people some ill shit about them countries. And over food, he talk about politics. You heard? They could have sent boy up. You heard? I promise you. And when you go to other countries, nigga, when you important and you go to other countries, they got intelligence agencies and all that shit that's sitting up. They got enough money to track all type of shit. When I first came out to California, they sat Israeli intelligence next to me. You heard? For real. Trying to take a pulse of a nigga on planes, seeing where you going with this. Had already been to Germany, you heard, and South America teaching. I went to South America thinking I was finna teach and got taught. They got a whole mysticism and a gematria. This brother named Dawood, that's a fucking beast with it. You heard? I've never seen nobody do no shit semantically as creative as he was doing with English. And these brothers own land, like serious land. I don't know if you ever been on 20 acres. What that shit feel like. For real. Nigga be on some... It's the most waterways in the whole world is in Guyana. This is some shit they ain't telling nobody. They don't want niggas down there. They don't want you down there. Your dreams come true at certain points on the globe. Your fantasy island and all that is about the volcano speaking to the world through the people's dreams. You can't hide shit in the Caribbean. You heard? It's a tribe. Can't hide a motherfucking thing. It's tremors all the fucking day. All day down there. Hills. Hills and valleys. For real. So what you think happened when you go, the certain propitious areas? Why you think certain shit got to start in Chicago? Shout out to Red and Blue Pill. They just was in the Shy with the Moors. Certain things got to say. Everything important came out of Chicago. That's a whole fact. You heard? Yeah. that lends support to as to who I am too. Is the fact that I would not be who I am if I wasn't born in Chicago. The celestial canopy above my place of nativity, along with the energy, the telluric energy, the pressures of the planet, the magnetic fields, loan support to me being in one of the locations where the messianic message of this blackness emanates from, and often does and still does. You heard? In various forms and narrations, from the most noble to the most gangsterous shit in the world come out of Chicago. You heard? It's a big body of water over there. There's no telling what's in that shit. Ain't no telling what's in it. You ever been by that river? I ain't never felt like that before. You heard? I've been to Chicago and I ain't never seen violence. Never. Never. I go to Soul Veg with the Hebrews and get a good plate, you feel me? Then I mixes it up, though. I got to go to Harold's too, man. Jeez, I got my favorite number too. Harold's, one of them. Man, I remember one time, I'm going to talk about food, fuck that. I remember one time, I said, I sound like a slave. I said, Mama, remember one time, I'm hungry. I see y'all at 1. Thank you, peace and love.